What's good, y'all? L Famous on the check-in. Them niggas know how I do. You heard? Niggas know how I do. Taft Worst High School for 3 years in a row in the mid-90s. Throwback Thursday shit, you heard? Throwback Thursday shit, you heard? Let me know if y'all can hear me clear out there, B. You heard? Taft Worst High School 3 years in a row. Not the years I was going there, but the years I was going around there. The years I was hanging around there every day. It was like I went in there. It was like I went there. Because I was one of them dudes. I was like the dude on Lean On Me. Teacher. 1999. All right, bro. You heard? I went to Taft. I went to Taft in 89, I believe. Word to my mother, like 10 years before you, bro. You heard? I got kicked out of Taft, you heard? I'm gonna tell y'all the story. That shit is an ill story. And yo, this it's deep that I'm gonna tell this Taft story too. I'm tell this Taft story. Yo, you can hear me good out there, Harry Wynn? You can hear me good out there? Cause you know that's what I want. I want the people to hear me. I don't care what niggas feel. Yo, Taft fucked my life up. Taft fucked my life up. I probably went to prison and all that shit behind that shit. Yeah, L Famous on the check-in, living my life, not thinking about it twice. You niggas know how I go. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share this dope content if you hear it. You heard? It's regular shit that I'm talking about, but I'm you know, people want to hear it, man. Just the conversations that the homeboys be having. You know, you gotta have history. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, bro. Thanks, Know the Ledge. You heard? Y'all heard that dope story over there at St. Laz? Dopest platform out there. Y'all niggas know what it is. Talked about that dude, Shadow. I heard about him for years. Heard about him for years. St. Laz bring out the dopest dudes and the dopest content. And that ain't even nothing yet, because y'all hearing Fruit, y'all hearing Shadow, you hearing Puerto Rican Mikey, y'all hearing legends, you heard? So it's just expect more legends to come on the channel, you heard? Because niggas is official, you heard? Niggas is official, so niggas is fucking with it, you heard? And the story's super dope, huh? Yo, I got stories, but I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm talking about the tag shit right now. See, we got dope content out there. You heard? Came off the St. Laz platform. I'm still on the St. Laz platform. We got dope content out there. So yo, Taft Worst High School in the mid-90s for the 3 years in a row. And how I knew this, I didn't know this when I was out there. I knew this when I was in jail. I was in the box. And I was in a box and I was reading everything, National Geographics, newspapers, old newspapers. We used to get stacks of old newspapers. I'm talking about months old, and I used to read them shits. I was reading them shits in a box. That's how I found out that the nigga from the preacher, the preacher tried to tell and get a deal and all that, and the feds heard his story, and then they said nah, we don't they said nah, we don't need nothing that we heard. They heard, like the feds do niggas dirty. They'll get your story and then they'll tell you they don't need your story. They heard everything already. Yo, them niggas is the worst out there. So information, I was big on information. I big on reading, gangster shit, real life shit, white people shit, science, I'm big on everything reading. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit in my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the sharpest dude in the world, but at the end of the day, I could build with people. You heard? Now, but Taft, right? Taft, fuck them. I'm started off with telling y'all a little bit about Taft. Taft was my zone school, but Taft was the Taft was considered like one of the. It was when it was considered the worst school in New York City. And like I said, the reason how I knew this, I didn't know this by being around Taft and being out there at Taft and saying, "Oh yeah, this is the wildest school" and all that. Nah, I didn't know this. That I was in jail. I was in a box and I was reading mad old newspapers. And I don't know which newspaper I came across. I don't know if it was the Daily News or the Post, and I can't remember. I know I was in a box and I had 18 months in a box. So I was reading everything in the world. You understand what I'm saying? Boom. And I came across either the Daily News or the Post, and it had a picture of Taft on the front cover. It said Taft High School, the worst high school in New York City for 3 years in a row. You heard? I was like, oh shit. And then it had the years. And I was like, oh shit. That's the years I used to be around there, hanging around there. And they was really talking about the story because the teacher got killed. Everybody remember when the teacher got killed in Taft. You heard? The dude from Tom Warner's son. You heard? He was a son of a prominent. He was a teacher, but his father was the dude from Tom Warner. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody remember that stuff. So that's when it was considered the worst high school. But I was already locked up, you know what I'm saying? But I was bugging off this shit. I was like, oh shit, Taft, worst high school in New York City. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm from Bronx, but I know they got mad wild schools in Brooklyn, Queens, Harlem, all over. But mainly in Brooklyn, there's a lot of wild schools. So I was bugging off the title, that the Bronx had the title of the worst high school for 3 years in a row or 2 years in a row in New York City. I was really bugging off the title because I knew Brooklyn got some wild ass schools out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I said, yo. So I was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was stupidity, but I was kind of proud. You heard? I was kind of proud reading that article. You heard? I was kind of proud. So boom. Now let me tell you, Taft was my first school that I went to. Now, you know, everybody know when you in junior high school, 8th grade, everybody picking their school, you heard, know what I'm saying, or whatever, boom, boom. Like, I picked a lot of schools. I picked Clinton, Taft, I picked some schools in Manhattan. I think I put Jane Addams and other schools that I knew I wasn't going to get accepted to because I was a bad kid in special ed. I'm keeping it official. I've been in special ed since I was in 3rd grade. I hit a teacher with a chair. You heard, in 3rd grade. Teacher slapped me. I hit a teacher with a chair in 3rd grade, B. So I've been in special ed since 3rd grade. I'm keeping it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Now, so I always been a bad kid, you know what I'm saying? Ever since then, you know what I'm saying? So boom. So now, when I'm in 8th grade, ain't nothing changed. I was in the worst class in junior high school. So I was in Mr. Jackson. Everybody know about Mr. Jackson in 166. You heard? You know what I'm saying? The worst class. You heard? Everybody in my class was MO. You heard? The whole school never wanted they didn't want no problems with nobody in my class. Nobody. You heard? Because we all was MO. You heard? Now look. I picked all these schools, but I knew that I was going to get accepted to because they was all good schools. So, but on my block, you had dudes from 165th. You had stuff in all the real bros. You heard? Then you had the dudes from my block, some older dudes from my block. And all the older dudes, my man Emmett and them, and Matthew and a whole bunch of dudes used to come from Taft. They was older than me, and I was still in junior high school, and they used to come back to the block, and they used to be like, yo, I kicked that nigga head off today. I whipped this nigga out because my man Emmett was a big nigga, and he used to be kicking. He from Panama, and he used to be kicking niggas a lot. He used to be doing niggas dirty. So he was our big man. Like, so if you had a big nigga that was fronting on you, we called my man Emmett. You heard? Yo, nigga fronting on me. You come around the school or do that nigga dirty. And M was official. M was just be like, All right, kicking the nigga and all that, because I told you from Panama, so you do a lot of kicking, you heard? Yo, swear to my mother, B, doing niggas dirty. So my man Eminem and then Matthew used to be knocking niggas out. So they used to be coming back to the block, coming back. Yeah, we knocked it. They was doing that shit for rec, like how niggas do in jail, niggas was doing in school. You heard? And niggas was coming back to the block telling me. So I was open off all that shit. So I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm going to Taft, B. And I didn't even have to pick Taft. Taft is my zone school. So I said, I'm going to Taft. I got accepted to like 3 schools. I picked Taft, right? I swear to God, orientation. I meet my best friend, Parks. You heard? Know what I'm saying? Orientation. He from uptown the Bronx. I'm from downtown the Bronx. Me and this nigga hit it off on orientation. This nigga he's right now to this day, he's my best friend. You heard? Know what I'm saying? You heard? Know what I'm saying? Now, boom. When school start, it's a war jumping off with the Dominicans and the black dudes, you heard? I don't know how it started. I just know, and I'm not talking about the new Dominican dudes. I'm talking about the old school Dominican dudes. Y'all know who I'm talking about, the ones with the jerry curls, you heard? The old school Dominican dudes, you heard? The official dudes, you heard? I ain't saying the ones now ain't official, they official now, but I'm talking about the ones that used to rock the jerry curls, you heard? The jerry curl Dominican dudes, you heard? Know what I'm saying? Niggas got into a fight with them niggas. Niggas, I ain't gonna lie, niggas was beating them niggas up. Had them niggas running the whole first week of school, you heard? Beating niggas up. Them niggas was fighting, and then they couldn't fight no more because niggas was forming on them. All the hood niggas was forming, all the niggas that don't even go to the school started coming around the school. And then Taft, it was in the middle of all the dangerous neighborhoods, you heard? You had Webster on one side. You had College, Teller, Clay, Finley on the other side. You had Monroe, 240, Uptown, Tremont, everything on that side. Then you had the west side. You heard? You had Anderson, Woody Crest, University, all of that. You heard? Davidson, everything, you heard? All the west side. Because back then, it wasn't no schools like that. So all the people on the west side went to school on the east side, you heard? You know what I'm saying? So it was wild. Taft was in the middle, 172nd, 170 to 172nd, you heard? Terror Dome. Worst school in New York City, B. I love Taft, you heard? So then once I got settled, let me tell y'all how Taft fucked up my life. Taft was a wild school. You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out of 3 high schools. You heard? I went to Taft, got kicked out of Taft. They fucked up my life. I went to Wharton, got kicked out of Wharton. And then went to Morris, and I got kicked out of Morris, and they sent me to Monroe. I went to Monroe. Monroe said they didn't want me. They told me I was 17 years old. Or 18, no, I was 17 years old with 9th grade credits, you heard? Go get your GED, you heard? I see all them girls in Monroe. I said, hell no, I want to go to school. They said, nah, because you remember back in those days, when you go to a new school, you had to take your folder with you. And all my folders was like this. And all my folders had weapons in it. I had 2 or 3 superintendent suspensions. Anybody know about superintendent suspensions? That's when you got to go to Brooklyn, Skimmerhoy Street down there, and go to that big Board of Education building, and you got to go to court. You heard? You be out of school for like 2 months. You heard? Each time, you heard? And I had like 3 of those, you heard? I got kicked out of 3 high schools. I'm telling y'all, dude, some real shit. They fucked up my life in Taft, B. My first high school, Taft fucked up my life. And I'm going to tell y'all the story. And y'all going to see how they fucked up my life. You know what I'm saying? Now, boom. When I went to Taft, like I told you, the first week we wilding. It's a race war. Niggas is jumping off with the Dominican dudes for no apparent reason. Niggas just popping off, you heard? Boom. That died down after the second week. Boom. So now school, niggas is getting into school. I'm getting into school. I'm getting familiar with everybody. Like I told you, all the main crazy areas go to Taft. Webster, Washington, 240, Uptown, Lewis Morris, the West Side, down where I live at, everywhere. I'm telling you, even people from Cypress and Beekman and all that was going to Tab. Certain people, you heard? You understand what I'm saying? Yo, Tab was off the hook. Had all the gangsters, all the killers, all the anything you want to name. And dudes used to come around there. You heard? You had the whole neighborhoods, wherever neighborhoods that was a circle in the hood, used to come around Tab. The older dudes, you heard? To make sure that they younger dudes from their block was good, you heard? Everybody, you heard? You had Webster niggas coming through for they Webster young niggas. You had niggas from my hood coming through for they young niggas. You had the niggas from 240 coming through for they young niggas. You had niggas from the West Side coming through for they young niggas, you heard? Everybody was coming through for their young niggas, making sure that they young niggas was all right, doing what they wanted to do at the Tab, you heard? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, me and my team was some of the most craziest niggas at Taft. I'm keeping it 100. Everybody know. They was calling me Crazy Larry up there, B. They called me Crazy Larry in school, nigga. And I ain't even bragging or joking about it. This shit is 30 years, whatever years ago, man. You heard? I'm a grown-ass man taking care of kids now, man. You heard? Got responsible kids. My son 18 working right now, you heard? You know what I'm saying? None of my kids like me. So I did a great job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about this old shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, listen. Me and my team, we crazy in there. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why we crazy is because I get along with everybody. That's why I'm crazy, because I get along with everybody. I'm rocking with my Webster niggas. I rock with the West Side niggas. I rock with the 240 niggas. I rock with the Clay Ave niggas, the college niggas. I rock with the everybody niggas. Everybody fuck with Lad. Everybody. You heard? I'm running around doing me. You heard? So now it's my freshman year. I get down with the JV. You know, your freshman year, you got to be real nice to get down with varsity. I got down with JV. So you know I had a game. I got down with JB, Mr. Henderson. You heard? Mr. Henderson, this is why I told you Tad fucked up my life. I had plans on trying to play basketball, not go to the pros, but play basketball. I'm one of them niggas, went to Gaucho's gym, tried out for Gauchos, got cut. Tried out for Riverside, got cut. Tried out for Lung Life, got cut. You heard? But I played for mad tournaments. I played mad basketball. You heard? I played for City Lights. I won the 3-on-3 City Lights out of all the Bronx. We played the best out of the boroughs. We lost to Queens. You heard? 3-on-3 because my man went nuts. You heard? I'm keeping it real, B. I play ball. You know what I'm saying? So when I came in Taft freshman year, even though I was a bad kid, I wanted to play basketball. And then in order to play basketball for your school, you know you got to keep your grades over 70 and to play basketball. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So it was not, I had to knock that bad shit out. You heard, for my freshman year, because I wanted to be on a team, and I made the team, and I wanted to be on a team. So we playing Morris, we playing Truman, we playing Evander, we play Clinton, we playing mad people. You heard? I played the whole season on JV. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Now going into my second semester. Motherfucking, all right. Like I told y'all, it was a dean named Miss Terry, a lady named Miss Terry, a black lady named Miss Terry. She had a lot of love for me because I stayed in trouble. So, you know, she was like my auntie in school, you heard? So, but she was a dean, you heard, for the special ed kids. So, you know, I was like one of the main special ed kids. So she had a lot of love for me, you know what I'm saying? So one day, all the metal detector dudes was there. You know the metal detector niggas that pop up at your school in the morning and they metal detector everybody. You heard? You know what I'm saying? What up, 170 in college? I see you. I fuck with everybody over there. You heard? Everybody. I ain't gonna even say the names. Everybody over there. I know everybody over there. They know me too. Now look. Miss Terry, she in the office, right? Now the metal detector dudes is at my school. So now, me knowing the game now is different from me knowing the game back then. Back then, those security guard dudes, them dudes is just like regular dudes on the street. You heard? Them dudes is up in school talking to them teachers, trying to impress them teachers, trying to trying to be like they in the street, like they bag, you know, all them security guard dudes was hood, you heard? And they used to pick their favorites on who they used to mess with, or used to have to get them niggas the business for them niggas to respect you, you heard? I'm keeping it real. So, cause they used to be playing dudes, you heard? So now one day it's late in the day. It's about school is almost over. It's about 7th period, you heard? And something happened where I got caught in the hallways. That's what happened. I got caught in the hallways. So they took me to the dean's office. So the dean's office was packed with all these metal detector dudes that supposed to been left because they do the metal detector shit early in the day when everybody coming to school. Why is y'all still here? Because, like I told y'all, it's like a Friday. They in the office. They rapping to the motherfucking all the ladies in offices. Because, you know, all the offices stay packed with the secretaries and whoever else is in the offices. You heard? So they all in there, cause they all in there partying, having a good time. You heard? Now I get caught in the hallway on some other shit, and they bring me to the office. Now it's funny because this day is popping. My man get kicked out this day. I got kicked out of school. I'm tapped this day. And my best friend got kicked out this day. All 3 separate incidents, but all these shits happened back to back on the same day. So now my incident happening, they catch me in the hallway. They pull me in the office. So they like, yeah, we got him. And on. So Miss Terry like, yeah, see, such and such, Larry, I'm tired of you. I'm calling your grandmom, Larry. I'm calling your grandma. So you know that shit. I'm like, come on. I'm going to do everything for her not to call my grandma. I know she ain't going to really call my grandma, but this is what she do. Miss Terry, I'm going to call your grandma, Larry. Call your grandma. You heard? Call your grandma. But you got to remember, it's guys around. It's security dudes up in the office. So she's just catering to what they saying. You heard? So I'm like, Miss Terry, come on, Miss Terry. Me and Miss Terry had a marvelous relationship. I looked at her like an aunt. She showed me mad love. She always caught me doing something bad. She always gave me a pass because she knew that was just me. You heard? So boom, word to my mother, Miss Terry was like, I'm calling your grandmother, Larry. I'm calling your grandmother. So I'm like, come on, Miss Che, stop. Come on, Miss Che, don't do that. I'm going to be good, Miss Che. I'm going to go to class, Miss Che. You heard? She's like, nah, I'm calling. So word up. As I'm talking, 3 of these dudes surround me. You heard? They like, word to my mother, one went right here, one went right here, one went in back of me. And they breathing on me like that older shit. I'm like, yo, what's up with y'all dudes, man? You heard? So they like, you know, like I guess they looking at me like I'm a little badass nigga that need to be put in his place. I guess that's how they would, cause they just started with me. You heard? They just got around me, and I'm talking to Miss Che, and I got a relationship with Miss Che, and I wasn't disrespectful or nothing. I would never do that to Miss Che. So boom. So I'm like, they come around me, like the fuck with me. So I say, yo, man, I got on my MO shit, because I get MO. Back then, I used to get MO. I still get MO. So I was like, yo, man, what's wrong with y'all niggas? Yo, y'all niggas get away from me, man. Y'all niggas get away from me, man. So they waiting for me to do something. So I pushed them niggas off me. As soon as I pushed them off me, they start grabbing me. And everybody got it on with them security, or them motherfucking security, them peace officer niggas in school. Everybody that got it on with them niggas, they know when you get it on with them niggas be like, yo, get him to the floor, get him to the floor, get him to the floor. They couldn't get me to the floor for nothing. I'm hitting these niggas, dang, boom, dang. I'm fighting grown ass men, bang, boom, bang, bang, bang. Or now, remember I told you it was an orbit full of them niggas. Now, all of them is on me, not just 3 grown ass men. It's fucking like 7, 8, 9 grown ass men on me. Talking about get him to the floor, get him to the floor. Now, then you got mad chicks in there, ladies that know me, Miss Terry, all the teachers that know me in there, they screaming, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And all this shit just popped off quick. So now I'm fighting these niggas crazy, going crazy, swinging, boom. All they could say is, get them to the floor, get them to the floor. They couldn't get me to the floor for a minute. You heard? They finally got me to the floor. They put the handcuffs on me. No, like the police do tight, like how they do. Boom, boom. They're like, yeah, nigga. Yeah, you little motherfucker. Now you going to jail, nigga. Now you going to jail. I'm like, oh, word? Now I'm going to jail? I'm mad, I'm crying and all that. Like, oh, word up, y'all niggas started with me, and then now I'm going to jail. Fuck y'all niggas. I'm going crazy on these niggas, you heard? You know what I'm saying? They got me handcuffed. So now they try to take me to jail, but I'm only 15, you heard? I'm only 15, you heard? So they taking me to jail. They like, oh, we got to give them a juvenile thing. And man, they try to do everything. They took me to Lincoln Hospital, B. Took me to Lincoln Hospital to the medical ward, you heard? Try to prolong my motherfucking stay, you heard? Because they could have had to let me go, you know what I'm saying? So they took me to Lincoln Hospital to talk to some fucking psych lady or something. And she's asked me a few questions. I said, I ain't crazy. Them niggas jumped on me and all that. You heard? I beat them niggas up. You heard? Grown ass men. You heard? Niggas like, she's like, oh, all right. Sign me right out of that joint. But when they signed me out, they said, yeah. They said I had a knife. Now, y'all know the knives that is like this big, right? It's like this big, right? But when it flick out, it's like this big. Yeah, they said I had that. They said I had that in my pocket. That's why I told you they fucked up my life, because anytime you get caught with a weapon in school, you got to go to a superintendent suspension. You heard? You got to go to Brooklyn, Skimmerhorn Street, to the Board of Education building, and you go into, and it's like a courtroom. You heard? And it's like a fake ass judge, and they sit there and they go over your case like it's a real case. You heard? And you be out of school for like 2 months, B. You heard? And then they send you a letter in the mail saying, go to the new school. You kicked out. You heard? So I'm like, oh man. So that's why I told you I was playing basketball. I didn't really have no. I was the average dude in high school, running the halls, doing what I do. But at the end of the day, them niggas fucked up my life by putting a fucking knife on me, talking about I had a big ass knife. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't have nothing. You heard? Fucked up my life. You know what I'm saying? So boom, they sent me to Wharton. Wharton was a better high school though. You know what I'm saying? Wharton was where I learned my swag, where I got my swag from. Taft was crazy. Taft was all about, you know, whatever was to come. Violence, robberies, all that. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But when I got to Wharton, that's when I learned how to be smooth, started messing with the joints, you know what I'm saying, playing dice, you know what I'm saying, going to the rest at lunchtime or breakfast, you know, pulling up at the school, you taking the flyest joints or the coolest joints, you taking them to the pizza shop and you buying them breakfasts and all that. You know, that was my era. That was how dudes became who they was, and the swag, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't all about how it is nowadays, you know. Back then it was all about how you move, you know what I'm saying? Like my man Rob, you know what I'm saying, from Harlem, he used to go to Brandeis and he used to tell me the stories of how he used to pull up in the cabs at Brandeis and he used to buy all the chicks lunch and all that, and he was that dude, you know what I'm saying? And yo, that's what it was all about. And I was like, yo, I was doing the same thing, but on a smaller level, you heard? I used to take the flyest chicks or the chicks that was the coolest with me, and I used to be like, yo, let's go to the pizza shop and buy them a bacon, egg, and cheese, or, you know what I'm saying, with a little soda. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And you feeling like that's everything because you like the coolest kid out, because the average cats ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because young cats, you know how young cats is. Young cats, when you doing things for women or chicks, you know, some young cats look at that like you a sucker something, but you ain't no sucker. That's your style. You know what I'm saying? You coming into yourself. You heard? You that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And later on in life, that should pay off for you. You know what I'm saying? You should know how to treat women and this and that and that and this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Taft was a shit, man. You heard? Taft was a shit, B. You know what I'm saying? So like what I said, when I see Taft as the worst high school and for 3 years in a row, I was like, yo, damn, Taft, like, because I hang around that shit every day. Then when I got kicked out of Taft, I used to go around Taft every day. It was so crazy at Taft. I used to go in Taft, in the lunchroom. Some of the security used to know I didn't go there. Long as they said, long as I stayed in the lunchroom, I used to be in the lunchroom for all the lunchroom periods, you heard? And didn't even go there. They knew I was kicked out of that school 2 years ago, you heard? Word to my mother. That's how much Tab was loose. I used to be in there with my hammer, all that. I got caught with my hammer in front of Tab. The pizza shop man called the cops on me because I used to have a hammer on me every day, playing dice at Tab like this, taking everybody down. Everybody knew what lie. You heard? Crazy lie. You heard? I was a one-man army, you heard? But I had my own team too, and I knew everybody that was wild. Everybody. Everybody that was wild was either my man or they didn't say shit to me, B. Because them niggas knew, B. You heard? They was my man or they didn't say shit to me, B. Keeping it 100, nigga. You heard? Had no problems, B. You know what I'm saying? Tab was the shit. You know what I'm saying? All the killers, not the killers, the gangsters went to Tab, B. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Seen a lot of shit for Tab. A lot of shit, B. You know what I'm saying? Remember one time my man knocked it, my dude knocked the dude out in Tab, you heard? No, I knocked the dude out in Tab. You heard? My man whipped the nigga ass in Tab. You heard? I knocked the dude out, knocked the dude on the lunchroom table. Yeah, nigga, remember that? Huh? Yeah, B. But like I said, Tab was square business though, man. When I was in Tab, B, I was official tissue. Everywhere I was official. I told you I got kicked out of 3 high schools. Got kicked out of, and I got kicked out of Wharton for the same thing too. Security guards. I fought 2 security guards in Wharton. That's how I got kicked out of Wharton. For two security guards, same way. They caught me in the hallway. Them niggas got tired of me. Them niggas ran up on me, caught me in the staircase. Them niggas was like, we tired of you, B. I was like, yo, get out my way. Get out my way. We were standing in between the landing. You heard? 2 older security guard niggas, a short, light-skinned nigga and a tall nigga, dark-skinned dude. Men, you heard? And I was like, yo, get out my way. Get out my way. Nigga wouldn't get out my way. I pushed the nigga down the steps. The other nigga jumped on me. We all fell down the steps at the same time. We fighting on the first floor. The fight leads all the way into the principal's office. That's word to my mother. I'm fighting 2 security guards in Warren High School in the principal's office. Them niggas saying the same thing. Get them on the floor. That was protocol with them niggas. Get them on the floor. Get them on the floor. They taking me a minute to get me on the floor. They get me on the floor. Guess what I do to this security guard nigga? Word to my mother. I punched a nigga dead in his nuts, B. Dead in his nuts while I was on the floor. Boom! In the principal office. Yeah, nigga. You heard? Fuck out of here, nigga. Warren High School. Huh. Second time got kicked out of high school. You heard? Got kicked out of for fucking Tab for almost the same thing. Fighting this fucking security guard, the metal niggas. You heard? And this one in Wharton, I got fighting the regular security niggas that work the school. Them niggas got tired of me because I was just gangster like that, running around the school, doing what the fuck I want. I had my own team, so they was like, yeah, I guess if we come at the leader of this shit, we corner this nigga, we sucker this nigga. We got him. You know what I'm saying? I think they had plans of getting me out of school because, you know, they get rid of you like that. Like when they do something like that to you, it's like we getting rid of you. You heard? It's like we tired of this nigga. You heard? We getting rid of this nigga. So we gonna set it on this nigga. We gonna fight, get into something with this little nigga. We don't really care, and we gonna get him kicked out. You heard? Because they gonna win. They gonna believe them. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna believe them. You know, like only my friends was there. I was with 2 dudes when they cornered me in the stairwell. They let the 2 dudes go off and they cornered me. So that, like I tell you, they just wanted me out the school. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't go down how they thought it was gonna go down. I pushed the nigga down the steps. The other nigga pushed me, and we all fell down the steps at the same time. I kind of like fell on them niggas. Them niggas got up quick. I got up quick. I'm hitting them niggas. They hitting me. We go out the stairwell into. It just so happened that's the principal office out that stairwell. We go into the principal office. We fighting into the principal office. They like get him on the floor. Get him on the floor. Get him on the floor. I ain't getting on the floor for nothing. Then they finally get me on the floor. 2 of them. They finally get me on the floor. But I'm on the floor right in front of the nigga shit Johnson. I hit the nigga square in the Johnson because I'm an evil nigga like that. Bam! Bam! You heard? Hit the nigga crazy. Nigga was on the floor. Told y'all niggas, I did that shit on the island too. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm an evil nigga. You play with me, you come at me on some unfair shit, nigga. I'm coming at you. I'll bite your face off. I'm like Mike Tyson. Remember how Mike Tyson bit Holyfield? That's the same. I'm the same type, same fucking way. You heard? You don't play fair with me, nigga. I'm going crazy on you, nigga. I'm ready to die for it. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, this is old stories. I'm nothing like that now. You know, I still got the beast in me, but I'm just talking about I'm not living like that now. I ain't hurt nobody. Nobody hurt me, and that's how it's going. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about old stories, so I get a little hype. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I'm saying? I just get a little hype. I'm a little animated more than other people. You know what I'm saying? But my animation is real. You know what I'm saying? My animation is real. But you know what I'm saying? Tab was my shit. You know what I'm saying? I just told y'all what happened to me in Wharton when I got kicked out of Tab. Sitting in Wharton. Same shit happened after a while in Wharton. You know what I'm saying? Security guard niggas got tired of me. Tired of this little nigga. This nigga think he a gangster. This little nigga think he tough. And this nigga is kind of tough in the gangster because we just can't really do what we want to do with this nigga. We really want to just go smack the shit out this little nigga, but we really can't do this with this little nigga. So we just got to get this little nigga out of here before he fucking terrorize all. He mess up all the other kids in the school. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, whatever, man. And that's how I got out of Wharton. You heard? And then I went to Morris. Got into something in Morris, and then I had a knife on me, had another superintendent suspension, had four superintendent suspensions, you heard? Cause soon as I ain't tell y'all the story, soon as I got to Wharton, when I first got to Wharton to sign up to go to school, you know the little razors that they used to, the little round razors that used to come on the keychain? Well, when I got kicked out of Taft, right? I was out of school for 2 months, superintendent suspension. I got a letter in the mail, go to Wharton High School, right? When I was going to Wharton High School to sign up for the first day with my grandmother, I had the little razor that comes on the keychain. Everybody remember those shits back in the days. The little round razors, the little plastic round razors that came on the keychain. You heard? I had that on my keychain. You heard? I knew I wasn't supposed to have it, but you know, it's at a time, this the early 90s, I'm thinking I could get away with this shit, you heard? So boom, you know, every time you go to the school, you got to go through the metal detector, the regular metal detector that they got in the school front door. So I'm with my grandmother, they put the bucket up there, like how you go to court, the bucket, right? They put the bucket up there, I put my keys and everything in the bucket, and I go through the thing. So it was I forgot who it was, a man or a dude, a girl or a dude. They picked my keys up. They said they started taking it off the keys, and they said, you can't have this. You heard? And I knew I couldn't have it, but I was trying to be slick. You know, when you're young, you're trying to be slick with everything. You heard? And I'm figuring I'm not even in the school yet. I'm coming to sign up. I'm with my grandmother. You heard? So she takes it off. I think it was a chick. She takes it off and she says, you can't have this. You can't take this into school with you. And she give me my keys and she says, I'm going to hold this for you. So boom, I go upstairs. They sign me in. And then the lady goes like this. I swear to God, the lady goes like this. She goes, congratulations, Larry. Boom, boom, you're in the school. And then in one hand, she hands me a paper of that I'm in the school. And then the other hand, she hands me a paper that says I'm suspended because I got a razor. I just came to school with a razor. You heard? And it's a superintendent suspension. She's sending me back to Brooklyn. I didn't even get into school yet. The day I signed up for Wharton, I'm getting suspended back to Brooklyn. She said, here, thank you for being in the school. And then in her other hand, she gave me a suspension letter. You're suspended because you just started coming here with a razor. My grandmother was nice. My grandmother, I had the nicest grandmother in the world. I love my grandmother. God bless her soul. My grandmother was like, boy, come on, let's go. You heard? I flipped out because where my grandmother took me, she always took me in a cab. A cab, every time she had to go to school for me, every time she had to do something for me, she always took a cab. My grandmother never traveled through trains and none of that, only when she had to go to Brooklyn or something. But she always traveled through cab. So at that time, cab was like $12 each way. You heard one. So I try to use that as a reason to flip out. So I was like, yo, man, y'all niggas gonna do this to me. Y'all gonna suspend me. And knowing that that she took the razor when I came in, I didn't come into school with the razor. I didn't get into school with the razor. They was like, well, we don't got nothing to do with that. You have a suspension. On some square shit, you heard? So I got mad. I was like, cursed it and all that. Like, forget them, grandma, boom, boom. Sure enough, had to wait for a letter to go to Brooklyn again, you heard? Only thing that happened was Warren came to the meeting, came to the judge. They told the judge, we don't want this guy. That's what they told him. We don't want this guy in our school. That's why they did that. They was like, we don't want this guy in our school. Because remember, I told you, when you go to your new school, you got to bring your folder. All my folders was like this. And all my folders had it's like they got the big Xerox copy of the weapons that you got caught with in school, all that. So everything you do, arguments with the deans, the people in security guards, teachers, all that shit is in your folder. You heard? So all my folders was like this, and you got to bring your folder to the school. So Warren had a representative at the Board of Education telling them they don't want me. You heard? Because I got caught with the razor and they don't want me because they see what type of kid that I am. You heard? I'm the judge. I swear to God, this is the first time that that anything went in my favor. The judge said, you don't even know this kid. You suspended this kid for a reason, for like y'all don't even know this kid. I'm sending this kid right back to the school. He sent me right back to Walton on them. You heard? Made them sick. You heard? But I wound up getting kicked out of Walton anyway because I told y'all the security niggas tried to hurt me. They said, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this nigga. They ran down on me in the stairwell. I was with 3 niggas. They let the other 2 niggas go, and they surrounded me, and they said, yeah, tired of your little ass, B. And I was like, I got MO on them niggas. I was like, yo, man, get out my face, man. Get out my face, man. On that little kid shit. Like, get out my face, man. Get out my face. And niggas wouldn't get out my face. I pushed the nigga down the steps. Nigga thought I would never do that. Niggas probably would never thought I would push the nigga down the steps. Nigga, I'm MO, nigga. Push the nigga down the steps, nigga. You think it's a game, nigga? Fuck out of here, nigga. And then when I pushed him down the steps, his man jumped on me, and then we all went down the steps. But I landed on them niggas. And then I jumped up quick, hitting them niggas hitting me. We rumbled all the way into the fucking principal's office. The principal's office jumped up. It was a lady principal. She jumped up, ran out the office. We on the floor fighting. Them niggas got me on the floor fighting. I dead hit that nigga in the nuts with the uppercut. Boom. You heard? Fuck out of here. I play dirty, nigga. You heard? Dirty. You heard? I learned the game dirty, nigga. You can't beat them. I ain't joining them. You heard? You heard? Hey, and that ain't the first time I did that. I kicked a nigga in the nuts on the island. You heard? Nigga need me. I try to go low. My fault. Try to go low. Nigga need me. Bust my whole shit. Whole shit was bloody. You heard? I ran to the bathroom like, oh, all right. Let's go. Nigga had his legs open on some 52 shit because he thought he was cool. He had the whole dorm with him. You heard? I kicked that nigga in the nuts so quick. He had his legs open. I kicked that nigga in the nuts. That nigga was curled up on the floor like a baby. The whole dorm jumped up. Murder Mall 9 jumped up the Brooklyn side, jumped up in a rage, talking about son is wild. That's what niggas was saying. Son is wild. That's what everybody called everybody son. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And if niggas ain't fuck with you, they called you Duke. You heard? They be like, yo, what up, Duke? You heard? You know what I'm saying? But if niggas, yo, my son, B, everything was son. You heard? That's where that son shit came from. You heard? All the real slang, official shit come from jail. You heard? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And if niggas ain't fuck with you, niggas called you Duke. You heard? That's like that was like a disrespect, B. If a nigga called you Duke, it was like a nigga trying you, man, in words, you heard? In words, B. So you know what I'm saying? Got to be a dirty fight out there sometime, you heard? Yo, Taft was a crazy school, man. You heard? And that's the school life right there, man. You heard? You know what I'm saying? I like months ago, St. Laz did a him, I think it was him and him, Saquon, or him and Squeak, or him and somebody, him, Squeak, or somebody, they did a school joint. But see, they from Brooklyn and they could vibe about the different schools because they and that shit that inspired this story. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I could tell a story about Taft High School because I knew that it was considered the worst high school for 3 years in a row in the mid '90s. I was trying to look for the newspaper article on web, but I couldn't find it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too good at finding shit unless it just pop up. But yo, you know what I'm saying? Taft, worst high school for 3 years in a row. New York City, you heard? I can't remember the years. I think it was the mid '90s. You heard? You know what I'm saying? You heard? And the main reason why they was putting it as the worst high school is because that teacher, Mr. Levine, the Levine dude, got killed. You heard? By a student. You heard? Know what I'm saying? Taft was the spot. Everybody know about Taft. Like you said, Taft was legendary, B. Taft was legendary, man. And Bronx don't got a lot of high schools, but Bronx do got a lot of high schools that's legendary. Taft was the gangster, most legendary gangster high school. You heard? You had Clinton that was legendary. Clinton is crazy legendary. Yo, you could just go up to Clinton. Clinton was known for the girls. You heard? Clinton was known for the girls in my era. You heard? Wharton was known for the girls too. You heard? Roosevelt was official too. You heard? But you know what other schools was official? Monroe was official. You heard? Monroe was official. You heard? Stevenson was official. You heard? Even Truman was official. You heard? We played Truman. We still have to play Truman in basketball. I told you I was on JV. Truman was official. You heard? Because it's up there by the valley. That's Wolf and all them niggas up there. You heard? All them niggas up there. That shit was official. You heard? You couldn't go up there. And it was hard to make it out alive out there. You heard? It was places it was like places we used to go back in those days. If you go, like Monroe was up the block from Bronx River. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm going to tell y'all the story, what happened real quick, even though, damn, I got 47 minutes, but I'm going to still tell y'all the story, make it interesting. You heard? I'm playing for JV basketball. You heard? This is the first time I got put on the Bronx River projects like that. We got a game with JV basketball. Tab got a game with Monroe High School at Monroe. You heard? So we get on the bus. Now, our point guard, I forgot my man's name. He was official. I had a lot of love for my man. Boom. Our point guard, he was a short dude, but he was official. He had a long chain with a little piece on it. You know, back in those days, any kind of jewelry was big. Any kind of jewelry. You heard? You could get robbed for almost anything. A ring, a chain, a small chain, anything. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Gold was gold back then. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Now, boom. My man had a skinny rope, and he had it was long though. It came down to his stomach, and he had a piece on it. And the basketball team. Now, some of us is in the back, and some of us is in the front, because the bus is packed. We on a bus going up to Monroe High School to play Monroe in basketball. So we get by the school 167. You heard? You heard? Under the train, under there is by West Farms. You heard? You understand what I'm saying? We get by the school. So as soon as we get by the school, all you see is some mad older niggas, mad rowdy, running towards the bus. You heard? And they running towards the bus. The bus is already dumb packed. You heard? I'm talking about dumb packed. Yo, these niggas is running towards the bus, and you hear them niggas loud, making mad noise. Yeah, mad niggas, like 10 niggas, big, tall niggas, old niggas, and they with one young dude that's like our age, that's the age of us, that's on the basketball team, and all of us. You heard? And the rest of these dudes is older dudes. You heard? You could tell some of them is diesel and all that. You could tell these niggas been in jail and all that. You heard? These niggas is wild. These niggas is mad rowdy. These niggas getting on they coming through the front. remember in the back then, hopping the bus and all that was big. You know, them niggas hopping the bus, coming on the bus, bumping through everybody. They came all the way to the back. It's like they came all the way to the back, and I was sitting next to my man with the chain on. You heard? He was our point guard. That was my man. And I'm sitting there, and it's like soon as they came in the back and they see his chain, it's like without them even saying nothing to each other, they all came and tried to stand in front of us. Just me and him and my other dude that played on the team. You heard? We was all sitting in a 3-chair joint. You heard? He was in the middle. And they all, once it was like they didn't even have to say nothing to each other. They soon as they all came on in the back and they looked and they see his chain, they was like, and they still making noise. They like, just making noise. I'm talking about making noise in the bus. They got everybody uneasy. Everybody. You heard? So then the bus started going on, like start riding. They quiet down. So then they surrounded us. They all surrounded us, mad big niggas. And then the littlest nigga is in the front. He like, now the little nigga ain't saying nothing really like first. The older niggas start saying something. Oh, yo, look how they just try to play. They play my man. They say it was like they was standing over us like this, right? And they was like one nigga was like, yo, shorty, B, yo, that chain ain't real, shorty. Just like that, they was like, yo, that chain ain't real, shorty. So my man was a real nigga. The point guard nigga was a real nigga. He said, my shit real. You heard? He said, yo, that shit real, shorty. So then all them niggas started saying something. They was like, word, shorty, that shit real? You heard? Yo, take that shit off, man. Take that shit off. Niggas like, nobody, my man wasn't taking it off. You heard? So now I'm like, oh man, my man I'm popping because you know that's how I am. I'm real. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get killed in this shit right here. So boom, they like, take that shit off, shorty. Cause that's how big and older they was than niggas. Like, they was like, take that shit off, shorty. And the little nigga started talking mad shit. Yo, word up, man. He was a little nigga, but he was just like them older niggas. I was like, oh shit, man. My man tried to do some shit like this. He said, yo, take that shit off, shorty. Took his shit off him and was like just standing over us like, what? Niggas was sick. I was sick like they robbed me. You heard? I was just like this, looking at all these niggas. But I was like, damn. They was like, yo, what school y'all from, yo? Y'all a basketball team? Look, now they start talking to us, y'all. They say, yo, y'all a basketball team? What school y'all from? Taft. Oh, y'all from Taft? Y'all going to play Monroe? Yo, they got off the same stop we got off. They said, yo, Monroe down the block, y'all. We walked to the game sad. That was our point guard. We lost that game. You know we lost that game, you heard? You know we lost that game, right? Niggas took his chain on the bus, B. You heard? Some Bronx River niggas, B. You heard? Some fucking Bronx River niggas, B. You heard? Then when I got in jail, guess what? I met the young nigga. I told him the story, and he remembered the story, B. I met the young nigga, man. That nigga's my man. You heard? Word to mother, B. Niggas robbed my man for his chain, B. He said, take that shit off, shorty. You heard? Then they told us where we was. They say, go bust them niggas' ass, man. Them niggas roll down the block, y'all. You heard? And then we was walking that way. They was walking to their projects that way, man. That was the worst shit the worst shit I ever seen, man. You heard? That shit was sad. I felt like I got robbed, man. I told you we lost that game, man, to Monroe, man. Cause he was our point guard, man. Yo, school days, man. Those were the days, man. Good stories out there for y'all, man.